YMCA Norfolk, the countdown has reached 0. The time is 6 p.m. That can only mean one thing. It's time for the YMCA Norfolk Friday Feelings Podcast with your host for the evening, Rupert Appleton and Charlie Wall.
Hello and welcome to the Friday Feelings Podcast. Today is Friday the 6th, Friday the 12th of June. And today we have Rupert and Charlie. Charlie, are you there?
Yo, how is everyone doing?
Well, I'm feeling good, and I hope our viewers, because I can see we have a few, are doing well. Again, we have got some good information for you, some jargon busting, some up-to-date information, some social media plans, and we have the I Must Ask You a Question, the game that everybody loves and can't wait to hear. So we'll start off with our feelings on what we've been up to in the week. Charlie, how have you found this week?
Mixed, because this is Download Festival week.
So, yes.
So at this exact moment in time, I'm meant to be in a field at Donington Racetrack right now, bouncing up and down to some heavy metal, and instead I'm watching Download TV whenever it's live and pretending that I am out in really bad weather. So yeah.
Well, I mean, you could sit in your garden and listen to it and still get wet and muddy.
And then mosh pit with the neighbours next door.
Do you think they'd appreciate that?
I won't even warn them. That way I win straight away.
What, with the mosh pit?
Yeah, just run at them, full pelt.
So what is Download, for people who don't know?
Download Festival is one of Europe's largest heavy metal and rock festivals. Normally has a superstar lineup of rock bands. Normally people like Iron Maiden, Black Sabbath, Offspring, Sum 41, Panic at the Disco, Fall Out Boy, people like that, Slipknot, all tend to play there regularly.
Wow, they don't have simple band names, do they? Like Oasis.
They've played there.
Oh, okay. okay. Well, I'll be quiet there. My music taste is really shabby.
The thing is,
why do you love Download so much?
Download's been going for donkey's years. I mean, before it was called Download, it was called the Rock. I think it's called the Rock Am Arena. Rock Am Arena. So it's been going on for yonks. And I like Download because it's would people that go to Download, we call it home. Because you go for a lot of people, first timers, Download virgins will always go for the music, 100%. But I've been going since 2012, 2013, and you go for the atmosphere.
What is so different about the atmosphere than your own front room?
No
mud or mosh pits, I'd imagine. Well, I don't know, your farmyard frenzy of animals, you could mosh with them, your rabbits.
I don't know how to describe it. It's like walking into Game of Thrones.
That sounds terrifying. You could die at any second, from what I've heard from Game of Thrones.
Yeah, there we go. I mean,
adrenaline-busting Download. Go if you want to experience a Game of Thrones-esque life. That is not how to sell it.
If you want to check it out, at the moment, Download is doing a free of charge Download TV to replace the festival. So just go on YouTube, search Download TV, or go to their website, Download TV, and they've got their festival lineup, and it's all online, so it's completely free, you can just watch it.
There we go, we've got one free advertising slot every week. If you want to get yours in, it's too late. We need sponsorship. So, moving swiftly on. So you've had a mixed week. What have you done this week, bar pine over Download?
Been in the gaming sessions, had some pretty epic gaming sessions.
Been into the hostels as well.
We really need to start making clips of the gaming sessions because there's some pretty impressive stuff that happens in those sessions that I think need to be remembered. Went into the hostels, did some Kick the Dust stuff. For the people that don't know, Kick the Dust is the heritage project that's run by Norfolk Museums that we support. This week we did decorating bird houses and bird boxes and made them put monuments of the West Norfolk area on them.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, I like bird boxes. My week's been really, really good. The weekends, last weekend, and Thursday, I had off, and I spent it out in the countryside, and I saw lots of birds. I had lots of walking in the rain. There was no one else out, which was lovely, and I saw some lovely birds. So, if you're listening, Google a Caspian tern. A Caspian tern. It looks identical to a common tern, but it's the largest of the tern family. There's your bird fact of the day. Don't tell me we don't tweet you right. Okay. So how have you looked after your mental and physical well-being, Charlie?
I destroyed a load of pirate ships on Sea of Thieves. Probably ruined hours of gameplay for other people. That helped me out a little bit.
Were they your own ships? So in the game, you can obviously destroy the computer-generated ones, or there's actual players where you can just not do missions. You can just sink their ships and ruin their day.
Yep, that was what I was doing.
Well, there we are. Join Sea of Thieves and ruin other people's.
Yeah, it was great. We did. Big shout out to Charlie and Tavis, who were on yesterday's gaming session. Did an incredible job. 8 ships they sunk. 8 ships in a row.
I can't sink one.
I felt like Johnny Depp
on my own. You felt like Johnny Depp.
Yeah, with a jar of dirt.
It's my dirt. Awesome. And so the funny stories are obviously from Sea of Thieves as well.
Yep.
Well, we're going to try and clip them and potentially get them up over the week so you can share our funny escapades as well. That sounds very positive. I've been on a few walks, on a few runs this week, and I've been to the coast, so I've enjoyed myself. Funny story-wise, I don't think I've had anything funny. I had my first McDonald's today. Thank you to John Drake House Central. They eloquently provided that. I had can you guess what I'd go for, Charlie, in McDonald's?
It's a restricted menu, so the options you got is either nuggets, Big Mac meal, cheeseburger, or quarter pounder.
Oh, I had a form of nugget. Can you guess what?
Chicken nugget.
No. I had a chicken select.
So you had the chicken select meal.
I did. Guess my drink.
Iced peach tea.
Peach? That's not a thing. It's not Starbucks. What? Yes, we're now playing my favourite game on the game show called Guess What's in My Head. It's my favourite game, fun for the family, and it's really difficult and frustrating.
Because you can just change the answer.
Oh yes, it was an orange juice, so don't worry. Oh, do they do McFlurries? I didn't even check if they did McFlurries. That would have been a lifeline and a half. What's your ice cream of choice?
Ice cream of choice? Free.
What? What's a free?
A free ice cream.
Oh. It's a bit hard to steal a Mr. Whippy, isn't it?
No, you dissolve it into a liquid, put it in a canister, run away, and then refreeze it.
I mean, Mr. Whippy himself is probably going to realise what's going on.
Whip him.
Whip the whip out of a Whippy.
Yeah.
Mine's a Cornetto.
Nice. Very Shaun of the Dead.
Brain freeze, no brain wave. Moving swiftly on. Okay, let's talk about lockdown and COVID. Charlie, do you want to run through really quickly? We do it every week. What are signs and symptoms?
37.5 temperature and above.
Love how specific you are.
Cold-like symptoms: dry cough, sore throat, loss of taste and smell, pneumonia, and probably death.
What? Yes, death is a well-known side effect. We're keeping it light and airy for you listening at home, so don't worry about it, as always. We just like to try and tell you what the signs and symptoms are. Please go and ring 111 if you're concerned. Don't just rock up to your doctors. Try and book or check the website if you're in dire need of emergency assistance. It's a 999. It's not hard to remember, but it is a key fact. How close am I allowed to get to strangers? Am I allowed to hold their hands in public?
Technically as close as you want, but the legal guidelines is 2 meters.
Meters. I'm not going to go and run and hug random people, but there we are. And Charlie, what does asymptomatic mean?
It means that you could be a carrier of the virus without showing any symptoms.
You have been listening, Mr. Wall. Right, enough of those shenanigans. Before we go into the updates and news, which of course you're all waiting to hear, I've got 5 cards in front of me, and we go into our game show. I moustache you a question. Okay, the game show we all love, and for the simple reason is I have a moustache. If you don't know my face, well, that's your loss. It's beautiful.
It's on the podcast screen, bottom left.
It is. Yeah, what a handsome chap he is. Self-proclaimed, of course. So, Charlie, I'm going to ask you... let's start with one I've prepped you with. As of 2015, pot noodle standard size came in 11 flavours. List them.
Curry.
Yep.
I'm trying to think the ones I like. So you got curry, chicken and mushroom.
Yep.
Beef and tomatoes one.
Correct.
I'll just turn down the game for a little bit. Sticky rib.
I'll give you that. It's Brazilian barbecue steak. Oh no, I'm just giving you one. There is one called sticky rib. Oh no.
Brazilian something or other.
Correct.
Okay. Chow main's one. I know that.
Yes.
Sweet and sour.
Ooh, yes, it is. Sweet and sour.
The one from Skins, Bombay Bad Boy.
Bombay Bad Boy. That's a great name.
Yeah.
There we are.
How many is that so far have I got?
You are missing 1, 2, 3. So 1 is a classic English homemade dish.
Peri chicken.
That isn't the answer. That is correct, but not the answers I was looking for. But yes, that is one. You've got 2 left.
Classic dish. I've said beef and tomato, haven't I?
You did. Both include chucking things into a big saucepan and cooking them more in a slow cooker. They take a long time to make.
Stew.
Another
Chili.
word for stew.
Chili.
Chili, yes, but it's another word for stew. Chili is correct. There's one more.
Hot.
It's a sausage casserole, but it's practically the same.
Is that one?
Apparently.
Oh, is there any more? Or is that it?
That's it. You've smashed them. Okay, what are the 11 heaviest mammals on the Earth?
On the Earth?
Indeed, not in space.
Currently alive.
Can you name one? Oh, okay, a mammoth. Brilliant. Okay. Yeah, okay. Excluding the Disney films and Ice Age, the things that are alive.
Elephant.
Correct.
Whale. Or blue whale.
Mammals.
Is it a whale or a mammal?
That's
the backbone, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah, you're right. It's not on here, though. Probably land animals, then, I'm guessing.
Zebra.
Nope.
Rhino.
Nope. Rhino is one.
Hippopotamus.
Yep.
How many is there?
11. You've got 3.
11. Okay. Land animals only. Okay.
Come on. Think what's in the wilderness of Africa.
That's what I'm thinking of.
What would you see on the biggest safari plane?
A gorilla.
A gorilla, correct. You'd see in Africa, though.
Lion.
Correct.
Tiger.
Correct.
Jaguar.
Wrong. I'm not going to do impressions of them.
I need 5 more.
Yeah.
Are they all in Africa? Are they all observable from a?
One lives in Canada. 2 live in Canada, actually. 1 lives in the desert.
Polar bear.
Polar bears don't live in the desert or in America or Canada.
Grizzly bear.
Grizzly bear, yes. A long neck thing.
What's that?
A long neck.
Zebra.
What?
Oh, giraffe. Getting them confused.
We'll have to clip that as well.
Giraffe.
Okay. Yeah, giraffe.
So I think they're Colchester Zoo at the moment.
Come on.
Heavy.
Big animals.
Well, I've got them all. Now I'm thinking of Disney.
There's one that's always angry.
What, the cat? Tasmanian devil. The minute you said that, I thought of Pokemon, and I was about to say a Pokemon then without thinking.
It's a Pikachu!
It's
actually a Snorlax. That would be the correct answer. Moving on. Come on, it's always angry. It stores water in its back.
What, camel?
Correct. The
They're
camel
heavy.
has always... Yeah, the camel is. They're always angry because they've always got the hump. Okay, and we've got 2 more.
You have to give me a clue now.
One's for antlers.
Antlers?
Yeah.
What, like a deer?
Or bigger, huge. Got antlers.
Antelope.
Oh, it's a moose, but I can see where you're going. And last one are things that lions eat loads of. It's killed often in the wilderness.
The wildebeests.
Wildebeest or buffalo,
Yeah.
correct. Okay, go on, we've got time for one more. And I want you to name me the 14 things that are the most common phobias.
You got fear of spiders.
Correct.
Fear of small spaces.
Correct.
Fear of the dark.
Yeah.
Fear of heights. Fear of
Heights,
heights.
Yep.
Fear of your stepmom.
What?
Fear of mother-in-law.
No.
Fear of catching COVID-19.
Germs and dirt, yep.
Yeah.
And disease, yeah, that's another one. So that counts as 2. Well done.
Fear of fear of nightmares. Sleep terrors, whatever they're called.
Similar, yes, you'll have that, yeah.
Fear of being alone.
Yes, smashed it. A fear of being up high, but not on land.
What, flying?
Flying and falling.
Okay, well, yeah, that makes sense.
There's another household pet with a collar.
Fear of dogs.
Apparently so.
Fear of cats.
That isn't one, it's just dogs. And there's 2 more. One are if you're the president, you do it. If you're a CEO, you do it a lot. If you're Boris Johnson, you're now doing it quite a lot.
Get sworn at.
No, what does he do a lot of?
Telling us what to do.
Yes, and what is that commonly known as?
Being a douche.
Public speaking!
Oh,
and the last one I don't think you're ever going to get is apparently the 14th most feared thing according to fearof.net is
fear of being
holes.
Holes?
Holes, apparently you can be scared of holes. Well, there we go.
Nice.
Unlike Stanley Yelnats of the film Holes in the book. Good book that was.
That is a very good film as well.
Brings up a bit of GCSE nostalgia, that. That and a few others we won't go into today. Okay, well that was I'm Moustache. You a question. Thank you, Charlie Wolf, for participating. I helped you out and I will redeem all the points this week.
Oh, pot noodles. Come on.
I mean, sausage casserole, mate. It's the easiest one.
Okay, cool. When the U-Clubs open back up, I want you to go and get a load of sausage casserole pot noodles.
We'll order them from sausage casserole.
No, you're not going to order them. You're going to go to one of the shops where you normally buy pot noodles from, and you're going to just find that flavour in the list.
You're going to weep when I do so. Sausage casserole galore. I am hungry.
What's next on our list? Good stuff.
Dinner, really, because I'm starving. No. What are you having for dinner tonight, Charlie? Off topic.
Roadkill.
Well, on to that. We're doing a podcast. Right, we've got some updates for you. Okay, Friday feelings. We've spoken about our feelings. We've spoken about my moustache. And now we're on to the updates. Okay, we've got a lot that has happened and will be happening on Monday and in July and throughout the year. Charlie, we're going to start on a positive spin. What are you allowed to do outside according to government guidelines?
You can go to the zoo.
You can now go to the zoo. Yes, you can.
As long as you visit enclosures that aren't indoors, it's perfectly fine.
Indeed. There was that story of they let the penguins walk around the zoo, didn't they? Walk around their own habitat. They walked the penguins, didn't they? Was it a Colchester? Do they have penguins?
Did they let them walk around, or did they do a Madagascar and they escaped?
No, well, you didn't see anything is the quote of the day.
You didn't see anything.
Right. Indeed. So, yeah, some zoos are opening, and that's happening on the 15th. What else is opening and attempting to go back to normality, Charlie?
Shops and town centres and all that jargon.
jargon, all that awful retail pleasure. If you are a shopaholic, now's your time to brush off those gloves, get your bag for life out of the cupboard, and get your Gerald's privilege card at the ready.
Yeah.
So what shops are you most looking forward to opening, Charlie?
Don't really care. Every shop has an online system, so I haven't really struggled.
Indeed. So all the shops, non-essential shops are going to be opening for the 15th with reduced hours, reduced intake of customers, and strict and stringent rules outlined by, I think, the retail and trade policies that they've instigated. But yeah, so that's exciting if you like shopping. Most of the shops are going to be reopened for non-essentials. Say you're in Norwich, Gerald's will be open, all the Jack Wills and Topshop. Some of the market will be open. In Kings Lynn, you'll have lots of the retail shops being opened. And in Yarmouth, most of the high street, I'm guessing, will be open as well. And in and where you are, do tell us what shops you're most looking forward to be opening, because we'd like to hear your strange shopping antics. So that's good. Although in July, they're thinking about restaurants and hotels to be reopened. The hospitality industry is hopefully, if safe, going to try get reopened, but still enforce social distancing. I don't quite know how that's going to work. In a restaurant, it's going to be a bit strange, but there we are.
It's going to be interesting. To see if it works.
It's going to open as well in July, apparently.
What's that?
Barbers and salons.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to get my hair cut. I've already had one trim. I got my housemaid to do it, and right at the end, the guard wasn't on properly, and I went to a number one buzz cut on the side. And my head, you can only imagine what my hair looked like if you opened up Excel and changed all the formats to a graph. That's what my head looked like, a lot of lines, and it looked like a bar graph.
Well,
so I can't wait.
I look like Robin Williams when he comes back out of Jumanji for the first time.
I'm looking at your face right now, and I agree. No, not at all. You should do a beard-related quiz, Charlie. That's maybe what you should do. Facial hair quiz.
I should record myself running into a random place, asking what year it is, and then when they tell me the year, I did it and run away. Maybe next week you could take a picture of your bottom half of your face and beard and 5 others and put them on the YouTube or Twitch and then show, is this my beard or a random person's? Guess the beard correctly. Indeed. So garden centres are open as well. The cafes aren't open properly, but not essential. Schools are going back. Reception year 1 are going back, and some nurseries. The unions have been disputing this a little bit, but they're trying to bring safe parameters around. But they understand how important early education is, and they want to try and get that back as soon as possible. And some schools have already gone back in our local area and around the UK. They're hoping to get some summer starters for exam periods as well. It might be very, very stressful for the people doing exams currently and trying to prep for it. Yep.
They're also going to give out voluntary testing to schools. They're going to do whatever it's called, saliva tests, to try and track and trace how schools are coping with infection rates, and then give a little geographic heat map on intense communities around the UK. That's voluntary. That leads us nicely to track and trace. That's the correct term, isn't it? Yeah, track and trace.
Yep.
Charlie, what is it?
It is not working. That's what that is. Track and trace system is essentially, it's literally a system. I mean, they've got an app developed for it, but it is the policy and procedure put in place by the British government and the NHS, so that if somebody comes down with COVID-19, they have the ability, in theory, I need to say that, to trace anybody you've been in contact with.
Indeed. And why do you say it's not working?
Because to take part in the track and trace is 100% optional. So somebody could have COVID-19. The NHS and government could go, could we have a list of all the contacts and their personal details so we can let them know that they could have COVID-19? And some people are going, nah.
Indeed. To make this work, you need a good average and a high participation in it. Like similarly as we've instigated vaccines as well, you need a greater mass or greater number of the population to jump on board with the situation.
Everybody needs to be in or nobody's in.
Indeed. I think it can work, but yeah, people need to have that buy-in, don't they? Apparently now almost a third of people who have been positively tested have come through the track and trace system. So that's a positive thing.
Yeah, but there was what was it in the news? I think I need to find the stats, but it's something silly like out of like 50,000 people, 1/3 of those people are refusing or aren't cooperating with the system.
Indeed.
I don't know. That's not the actual stat. I need to find it. It was announced yesterday. But the track and trace system, in theory, would work. But it comes down to people's trust in using it, and it's a very hard thing, especially
Indeed.
in this current social climate.
I couldn't agree more. And if you now have symptoms, I think this was last week's news, if not longer ago, but if you have symptoms, you are now eligible, not liable, you're eligible to get a test, which is nice. So if you feel unwell and you present symptoms, ring your doctor and book yourself a test. Go online, register yourself. They give testing kits, or they can go and test you at test centres. Dentists have opened as well, which is nice. A third of all of them, which is fantastic. What else? We've got all places of worship are going to be opening some doors to individual prayer. They're not gathering services yet, and I think this is still up to their own individual guidelines and leaders of faith places. So that's positive news as well, opening doors to individual prayer. Where else we got? Parents on leave may be able to get full or part furloughing past July as well. Support young, or not young families, their young ones, which is nice. So it means more time at home looking after kids, which is an integral part. The UK doesn't really have a good stat when giving maternity or paternity leave in compared to, biasly Scandinavian countries. They give a lot longer. But that's good they're at least thinking of people who have given birth and doing the best to be at home with their kids.
Do you want to hear a fun fact?
Is it going to be fun, or is it going to be one of your lock down the counties and turn the UK into a COVID prison?
I heard it through the radio. Radio X during one of the TV shows. So do you know?
Right, go on. Okay.
Do you know they've recently started reopening all of the churches for individual prayer?
Yes.
So one of the articles that came out is that priests offering Holy Communion have been told they should drink the wine themselves when people return to churches underneath the new underneath the new coronavirus guidelines.
Wow.
It's quite fun. When I was just watching it on the news, they just went straight off on a tangent. They were a little bit like, so if you go down to your local bus stop and see a priest there, you know why.
Well, there we go. Holy Communion has never been so... Oh, okay, that's a unique one. Okay, I'll give you that. I did hear somewhere, apparently, with blessings, that some people have resorted to water guns for baptisms and blessings and things like that. So instead of anointing people with water, they have got a small little water gun and they bless people on the go.
In my head, I just imagined a priest pulling out a giant bazooka super soaker and just hitting a baby with it.
Indeed, that was a picture, and there's something that was in a New York article. I don't believe it's factually accurate, but it's a hilarious story nonetheless. There we go. Blessings for all with my Super Soaker 9000.
That'd be good.
Okay, what other news? Charlie, how many people can I meet when I'm playing golf?
I think it's up to 6 at the moment.
Indeed.
Stressing at the moment because there'll probably be changes soon.
Indeed, we try and review this weekly. That's why we do weekly podcasts. We've just recently tried to make sure we are as up to date and as accurate as possible, and everything changes weekly. Every day it changes. It's frustrating, but that's why we do this. But yes, you can play a bit of golf if you want, a bit of tennis, with 6 people as a max. Charlie, if we go and play golf, and by all social distancing parameters, can I invite you back to my house to play Mario Kart Wii?
Actually, technically, yes. So, in the new guidelines, they released something called social bubbles. So, if a individual or a household is suffering from loneliness or isolation, the government has now said it's okay for them to mix with another family. So if I knew that I was the only person coming around your house, we could create a social bubble and it would be fine.
I think that is partially true. I think it's for people who are single parents or in singleness for it to work efficiently, and you can go in, as it were.
Yeah.
I don't think it's for big and large families or multiple people.
Oh, no, yeah.
Singles,
completely.
yeah.
Which is why me coming to you would be fine.
Ah, I see what you mean. I thought you meant your whole house.
No.
Yes, that is okay. But if I was to bring my whole house of residency over to yours, I would have to sit in the garden at an appropriate level, and I'd have to play Mario Kart out the window.
Yeah, I don't really like Mario Kart, so we wouldn't be doing that.
Indeed. But that is true, yes. You can't just go around and play Mario Kart or any other game. But if you are a single, you can create that bubble, as it were, and living alone.
Yep.
But stay away. Staying home is obviously the safest thing to do. Okay, Uber drivers are up in a bit of an arms. Why?
Because they've got to spend money.
Indeed, they've got to buy face masks, people, and you won't be able to go into an Uber or Uber Lux if you're so luxuriously blessed, I suppose. And it's going to be mandatory for UK drivers and passengers. Woo.
Well, it's the same. It's the same with public transportation. It's mandatory to wear face masks on buses and trains now.
You read my mind straight away.
Yep.
They've got stringent. And what's the max allowed on a bus?
I don't know, 12.
10 double decker, 20.
Yeah.
There
Why
we go.
is it 10 on a single decker and then 20 on a double?
Because they're double the size?
Yeah, but then it would be double the amount, wouldn't it?
Correct. Because there's 2 floors.
So 12 on a single decker.
No, 10.
Okay, that's right.
10 on the bottom, 10 on the top.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's yeah. You just wanted to sort the transport stuff out there, yeah. Get that in.
What about boats?
Some slightly negative news. Charlie, we both love art. Clearly, we're cultured folk, but unfortunately, the National Portrait Gallery will not open its doors until 2023.
What's it called? The National Portrait Gallery?
Indeed, but it's going to be loaning out most of its art throughout the next 2 to 3 years, so it still gets seen.
You can also take virtual tours on their website.
Oh, listen to that.
Just quickly checking.
How do I access these wonderful tours?
You write a letter to Santa, you send it to him, and then you pray on one leg. Or you can go on the website and you can search it.
We recommend that one. That was a free sponsor, ironically, and the next one will be paid. Okay, and lastly, with some, again, wonderful news, and you've mentioned the animal already. What animal has been born at Gloucestershire Wildlife Park?
Dragon?
A dragon is the wrong answer.
I don't even know. What, polar bear?
No, that was in Scotland a few years ago.
A hippopotamus?
I think they're probably bred. I don't know. Don't test me. I'm testing you. It was a black and white animal.
A zebra?
Correct. Not a giraffe. A zebra has been born at Gloucestershire Wildlife Park.
Why is that news?
Because it's a wonderful thing.
Oh, okay. That's fine. Cool.
What's wrong about a
Nothing.
zebra
Well,
being
it's a very
born?
common animal to give birth. I mean, like, if you'd said it was like a
Have you seen a zebra in Kings Lynn Wood? I haven't seen one roaming around Norwich.
Oh, well, then you're not looking hard enough.
I mean, there are lots of different animals, bird species, of course. I'm not talking about.
If it was like a panda, then I'd be like, oh, that's pretty good. That's good news. Or, I don't know, a dodo, because they're dead and extinct. So that'd be
Well,
pretty
I'm
good.
sorry my animal facts are not up to scratch. I'm sorry I'm not breeding extinct animals. I will try harder.
I'll let you off.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, 1 point to Charlie. Charlie doesn't have a game this week. Tut tut.
But I do have a good announcement.
What? Oh, what is your announcement?
Rupert, where are you on August the 10th?
I haven't got a clue.
I'll tell you where you are because it's wrote in. You are at the YMCA Norfolk Summer Online Festival.
Hey, just testing now. This summer, not a summer pop-up, it's a summer event. Almost like a summer festival. Charlie, what's it about?
The YMCA Summer Festival is a 5-day long summer festival, free of charge to anybody between the ages of 10 to 18 years old. It is going to be amazing. Come along. If you want to become a comedian, come along, and we're going to have some workshops and also give you a platform where you can perform live online, not on stage. We're going to have music sessions, we're going to have poetry sessions, we're going to have yoga, we're going to have workouts, we're going to have guest speakers from potentially LGBT, from On Track Norfolk, from Mind Matters, and loads of other places. This is the place you want to be if you are between the ages of 10 to 18 years old. We will probably also open the doors to anybody older because there's going to be some really good information coming through.
But Charlie, I've never engaged with a YMCA activity before. I've only just started listening to the podcast. Can I get involved, and how?
Yes, over the next couple of weeks, we will be releasing a poster and a link to Eventbrite where you can book your ticket. Now, let me be very clear: if you book your ticket to this festival early, you will receive completely free of charge a welcome pack. And in that welcome pack will be all of the materials you would need to take part in activities relating to crafts. You'll also get some other stuff in there as well, 100% free of charge.
But Charlie, I've just spent all my money on Sea of Thieves and Xbox. I don't have any left.
That's fine, you don't need any money, you just need a good internet connection and dedication.
Well, this sounds like an opportunity I can't live past. This is a free ad as well. We need to start charging. Ironically, it's for our own activities, but there we are. That sounds amazing. Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome, sir.
Thank you. I like Sir. That's my new favourite. Well, that is the Friday Feelings podcast. We've gone through a lot of information there in record time. So, Charlie, how are you feeling? Give me what are you feeling now? What are your plans for the weekend?
Well, it's 6:38, so the gaming session will be on straight after this. So if you are in the mood to come and sink some ships, come and join us on Xbox. Add us on Xbox now, the YMCA Norfolk Youth. Or if you don't want to play but want to join in the chats, come onto our Twitch, twitch.tv/YMCA Norfolk Youth. As for the rest of the weekend, I'm going to be chilling out and supporting YMCA's hostel in Kings Lynn.
Ooh, that sounds good. I'm going to go for a walk tomorrow, and I'm actually playing a game. I'm playing Dungeons and Dragons.
What, board game or online?
I'm playing it with friends.
Oh, nice.
The role-playing game, the roll and write, as it were. Yes, I'm awful at it, but it is hilarious. So that's my weekend. Sounds very pleasant. A nice walk, and then having a nerd fest, I think is the honest way to put it.
Oosh.
Oosh, indeed. Well, that is our Friday Feelings podcast. I've had quite a good week. I've had a day off as well. And we will see you soon. Now, we haven't done any karaoke, like we said, but that might come next week, if you're lucky.
10 comments. We only got 2. If you want us
What
to do
a
karaoke,
shame.
you need to put 10 comments on the Facebook Twitch stream. If you don't, we're not singing. You go.
Face twitch, as it were. Get your face twitch commented on.
And remember to join us on www.ymcanorfolkyouthsuite.org. The link I believe, is on the screen right now at the bottom of the screen. Sign up free of charge. Everything we do online is on that website.
Perfect. Summed it up better. Couldn't have summed it up better myself. Follow us for devotions, challenges, live content, health and wellbeing sessions, and our Friday Feelings podcast. Get in touch with us if you have any issues or queries. We're here to support. Well, that's it from me at Friday Feelings podcast. Thank you, Charlie.
Thank you, guys, and speak to you guys next week, or if you come online in a minute, we'll speak to you in a sec.
Stay safe and stay at home. See you soon.
Toodles.
You have been listening to the Friday Podcast with the host with the most. From the countrysides of Norfolk, where the cows and pigs reign supreme, Charlie Wall and Rupert Appleton.